I'm Mansoor Akbar, student of University Law, and I work as General Secretary with Dr. Samza Fatima being patronage. I hope you are doing well, sir.
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Well, thank you so much for granting us your time.
I am PhD in political science from University of Balochistan. I did masters in 78 from Peshawar University. Leadership is multi-dimensional. तेरे चिट्टे काम तेरे चिट्टे कपड़े किस काम आवें जो अंदर
Assalamualaikum. I'm Mansoor Akbar, student of University Law College. Currently, I've finished my 8th semester and I work as General Secretary for the Center of Eminent Studies in Law, with Dr. Samza Fatima being the patron. I hope you are doing well, sir.
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Well, thank you so much for granting us your time, and we are highly obliged to have you here. So my first question for you is, please tell us about your academic achievements and also tell us what is leadership for you.
I am PhD in political science from University of Balochistan. I did masters in 78 from Peshawar University and getting B grade, and on the basis of that I got lectureship at University of Balochistan. Later on I went to America and did MS. I came back having spent 4 years there, came back and then was promoted assistant professor. So I am PhD in political science, my highest qualification. And I got the chance to go for postdoc, but I did not go.
Okay. So your PhD is from Pakistan or from overseas?
From Pakistan,
Pakistan.
University of Balochistan.
That is nice. So we would like to know, how do you define, being a political scientist, how do you define leadership and what qualities include leadership, good qualities?
Leadership is multi-dimensional, multi-phenomena. Leadership, like the housewife plays a very important leadership role. Your prime minister is a leader, leadership role he is playing. There are different stages where you can play leadership role. Some are more conspicuous, some are less conspicuous. Some more eminent, some less eminent. But leadership role is there, like the principal law college playing very important leadership role. I being the vice chancellor, my role is bigger, my role is more conspicuous.
Okay.
But you can't deny, similarly your lecturer playing a leadership role. So leadership is multi-dimensional and universal. The driver who is driving
A car.
vessel mover from here to Islamabad, to some extent playing a leadership role.
Definitely. While he is moving 40 passengers
where he
along the
will
road.
overcross, where he will see this, that. So
Definitely. So the next question is, please describe the importance of legal education and the reasons for the downfall of it.
legal education is indispensable to society. As the civilizations grew and man started living outside caves, legal advice, legal settlement, legal studies started emerging, like mediation, dispute settlement, conflict behavior. I believe all fall under legal studies domain, a legal settlement domain. They are very important. And law colleges, which is a universal phenomena, you see law colleges everywhere. Turkey, Russia, America, you see legal studies.
Every country, definitely.
Nomenclature may be different. Here you ask that downfall. You can't say downfall, but you can say deterioration. They are not to the standard. They should be many factors. But I believe major factor is law colleges. Absolute majority of law colleges in Pakistan not performing their role. Private law colleges, no regular classes. And I have experienced during my 2 VC-ships and then in HEC. I was once called by NAP, IO, interrogation officer, over an issue. And that was when I was executive director. And I granted, but thanks God I gave them provisional NOC. And they brought a very eminent lawyer from Peshawar and one lady crying. So I myself visited. DG Acad was telling me, he gave me in writing, they don't give them. They are big fraud. And I said, how come they are teaching law, this, that? And that man fled away, making admissions, rented a building, he was a fraud.
Definitely.
And over the issue, I was called twice by NAP office in Islamabad and one lady who was a law graduate. Nice lady, I still remember the name, Fatima Zahra. And asking me. But inside I was telling myself that she's right. Even I should not have given them provisional NOC. They were fraud, but I didn't believe. A person who doesn't know how to cheat, you can cheat him very easily.
Very well, definitely.
At least for a couple of times, then he learns. So in Pakistan, even I see here in Multan, and I can name many law colleges around who are not to standard. Law degree is very prestigious,
Definitely.
very sacred,
Very noble.
very laborious. Doing law in this country, don't mind, every Dick and Harry in this country can do law. I know a person whom I helped, my old friend. He is flunked thrice in English BA. And then he passed from Balochistan and then he did law. So I asked him, you did law? Law is very prestigious. I am non-LLB, though I taught in law college for 8 years, international law. I asked him in my own language that Shahnawaz Khan, you did law within no time? Then it was 2 years. He said, yes, piece of cake for me. Though he couldn't pass BA English. And he told me there is a college in Khairpur where you just send your fee.
And you get a degree.
It's about, I'm talking about 82, 83.
Okay.
81, 82, 83.
So living in 21st century, what do you think? How to control such fraudulence? They're having such a liberty.
I may not be answered that.
But you may
It should
suggest
not
something.
be. It should not be.
Okay. So basically,
But,
sir,
but,
yes.
but I was Dean, Faculty of State Sciences. The nomenclature was changed later on.
Okay.
And law colleges in Balochistan, private and University of Balochistan Law College, fell under my deanship jurisdiction. And I noticed one college in Sebi. It was in a veranda and having one room. It was a law college, honestly, in name.
Okay.
And I can't mention names here whose support they enjoyed. It would distribute degrees without any classes. So through this interview, and I asked this question once from SM Zafar. I taught in Command and Staff College for 8 years from 2 to 9, but I met him before and I asked him this question. He said, he's an institution, and very calmly, silently he said, I agree. Absolutely, he said. you're right. Law admission should be restricted and they be well taught. They be taught ethics, morality. Now I know a person, don't mind it. He did FA by Badmashi, he did BA by Badmashi back in DA Khan. He did law by Badmashi, he became a member bar society by his talukat, whatever. But I know him personally, he is a case study for me. And when I think about such cases around, I tremble inside. I mean, get my point here. Because law degree is very prestigious. You stand for justice. You stand against aggression. You stand against oppression.
Definitely.
You have to sacrifice your comfort, even your intake, for the sake of others.
Definitely.
So when you yourself not well equipped,
not well trained,
exceptions are there.
Definitely.
But their strength gradually being reduced. So, hard facts of society. But I wish you people tomorrow come up. Inshallah. Our inning is over. Yes. Yours begin.
Inshallah, definitely. So the next question is pretty much related to that. So basically the Center of Eminent Studies in Law, we call it CESL. This is basically a research training institution center. Yes, here.
Yes.
University Gilani Law College. So we are occupying and including many range of subjects in emerging legal sciences such as corporate law, anti-dumping law, health laws, and dispute resolutions, etc. So this center is frequently organizing lectures. You have been chairing a few of our sessions as well. And this is primarily for the undergraduate and postgraduate students. Training workshops are being held, symposiums are being held, national and international conferences are being planned. So my question is, what do you think about the endeavors of this center for transforming the image of University Gilani Law College?
It's a good center. Such centers should exist everywhere.
And how do you think it will transform the
Listen,
image?
I can define in few words.
Okay.
Knowledge is virtue, knowledge is strength. Any college, be it Gilani College, any private college, Mohammedan College here,
yes,
about which I have grave reservation. Any college, if comes up with a standard, a legal morality and salutable. Gilani College is a good college. Wish it can do more. People qualified here, and that's why I initiated, I interfered, and I endeavored and got them PhD program. They should be thankful to system and me particularly.
Definitely.
The PhD classes started. Legal, it's good, and Gilani Law College is good college because staff well qualified.
Definitely.
And they are comparatively doing good. I can say in South Punjab, Gilani College is number one in South Punjab. People qualified, PhD from England, good schools.
Also, there is a fact about this college that there is the highest number of permanent PhDs in this particular college.
They have. But one thing I tell you, it's unfortunate, law colleges around the country have been suffering for the last 10, 12 years from indisciplined cases. Students good, they were good when they were in colleges, they came here and got indulged in indisciplined cases. Maybe that now they are coming when being very young, 5 year, but 5-year legal studies very good. I salute Bar Council, they did well.
Definitely.
And like you are groomed for 5 years.
Yes.
But vice versa, if for 5 years you are not well groomed, and you are gone through a process where no regular studies, this, that, then you are from good to worst.
Definitely.
And one thing more, the greatest threat to society doesn't come from no education, a low educated. It comes from wrongly educated. So if a person is wrongly educated and he wears black coat, I believe he's a threat to society, he's a threat to justice, he's a threat to legal system.
Highly agreed.
He be good educated, well educated.
Highly agreed, sir. So the next question is, what difference do you see in Gilani Law College back in from 2018 till now in 2021? Do you see any difference?
A difference here, they started PhD program in discipline cases. As the police report says, in discipline cases are strikes, demonstration ratio lesser here. But maybe because of COVID, universities were closed.
Yeah,
so once they open once BZU opens in full swing, we will see.
What is your opinion on HEC's new policy regarding studying a PhD after 16 years of education?
I disagree with it.
Why, sir?
I disagree. I myself disagree. But again, I'm one person, maybe I'm mistaken. No man is an island. But I disagree in large. To some extent they're good. And master's studies should have continued. Actually, Binuri stepped into office as a chairman. Nowadays, HEC suffering from administrative crisis, no chairman, stay under law, this, that.
Why do you personally disagree with this policy? What is the reason?
Because this society needs improvement under status quo.
Okay.
We are not very innovative society. And in this country, corruption, academic prostitution, academic commercialization has risen very rapidly. Mafia have penetrated into
educational system.
In education system. They're making, I serve as an executive director next to chairman in HEC before my retirement in 15. They are making 1 Arab, 80 crore per year.
That is a big amount.
Big amount. You make 1 crore and you spend 20 crore. You make, so how much you earn?
Definitely.
And then they have media, they have channel.
Definitely. Sir, the next question is, what are the reasons of deterioration of higher education and lack of research in Pakistan?
I don't know. Person of my caliber, I'm not a very learned man. I always say, I'm not very well educated. Maybe I'm more practical. But one thing more, many times degrees don't teach you. Many PhDs from Harvard, from Stanford, fail to do good in this country administratively and even in teaching position. Why? Because they ignored ground realities. So I believe teacher's role very important. My own saying, which is repeatedly highlighted, at least from myself, no one else highlighted except once Qadir Khan, God bless him with health and soul, in University of Sargodha. Quote unquote, nations are built and destroyed in classrooms. So teaching standard from school.
Starting from school, ground level.
Very important. Your first 11 year, very important. Then college. I believe American system is good. You begin from kindergarten, and you come to O level. What they don't have O level, like then you enter university. Like good. colleges no more there.
Yeah, I think the high schools now.
High school very important, and then colleges. So teaching your discipline, the morality they teach you, ethics, very important, which are at wane here. And in this country, schooling system not very good, public level. For richer class, for higher class, schooling system is good. They can send their children to good schools. But in villages, this public school, which they call Pile school, they are not to standard. That's why our education system has deteriorated.
From the ground-based level.
Yeah. And in a society where Muallim, religious scholar and teacher from school to university, if they deteriorate, they don't do good. They become, I won't say corrupt, if they fall from required norms, then society becomes helpless. That society crying for help, that society is shaken.
Highly agreed. So sir, our Center of CESL Research Summer Camp, we are basically planning to conduct summer research camps where we would be teaching students about research methodologies, training for writing research papers. So what do you think? How will
you can teach here? Summer camps are limited. Limited students. It's up to the principal.
But it is
VC should not be involved here.
But how do you personally think it will put an advantage for the college and for the students? Will it be beneficial for us?
Why not? You know, every good thing you learn in college, in class, outside class, is beneficial for you. Any knowledge about legal studies in particular and general, you learn here in the class or in veranda or in the lawn, is good for you.
Definitely. So the lastly, message for students and our faculty, sir.
Message is that you be a good student. You are in prime of your youth. So you think about older days. If you do good here today, tomorrow you become advocate, judge, or any other
higher authority
profession, so that you do good. Build up your character and have good health and be good student.
And for the faculty?
The college is like a mother for you.
A nursery
your
for us.
Alma mater. Respect it. One day you should go for community service here. Pick all tissues around, whatever, make it clean. Community service, which has vanished in this country. You know, everything is payment. Like you saw, British High Commissioner went to Shakarpania and he started collecting garbage.
And then
he was not supposed to do. Our CDA and our population is supposed to do.
Definitely.
Or if you don't throw kacharas, garbage, there will be no garbage. So message is that be good students. Law degree very prestigious. You stand huge responsibility tomorrow. So if you learn today and tomorrow you practice, will be good. Good for you.
Thank you so much, sir. This was our end of session. Thank you so much for giving us your
honor for me.
Thank you so
Dr. Shamsa asked me couple of times My problem is that I am very busy by necessity and by choice. I can escape around, I can go and leave, but I spend most of my time in my office and around. And it's on record, not I say from mouth. You are a Muslim not from mouth, or not from your appearance. You are a Muslim actually from your heart.
Definitely, highly agree, sir.
And then from heart comes to appearance and then choice. If you are not clean, like there is, I glance over it each morning, one saying by Hazrat Haq Bahu, तेरे चिट्टे कपड़े किस कम आवन जो अंदरू होमे तू काला शू. So it's the end, I believe, for you. Thank you.
Highly agreed, sir. Thank you so much.